A lot of people want to start an online business, but they don't know exactly where to begin or how to go about it. There are others who also jump in and start from anywhere, and along the way they fail. And statistics from the HubSpot.com shows that only 4% of online marketers worldwide make a meaningful profit. And this is because they don't really prepare adequately, and at the end of the day, they are not really they didn't really understand the market very well, and they didn't plan very well before coming in. And so if you are new here, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell as we produce videos several times weekly to help you succeed in the online market, to sell more products and content or whatever that you want to really market online. And let's go into the details. So I'm going to share with you 5 things to consider, or 5 things you should do if you really want to sell online, or if you want to start an online business. Okay, so the number 1 is that you should understand your market. You see, to be successful in any area of life, you need to really understand it. Understanding is where you will have to read, you have to research, you have to know your competitors. You have to know people who are already doing what you want to do and are doing it well. It is only when you understand the details of your market, that is where you'll be able to know where there are gaps that you can come in to fill. If there are no gaps to fill, then you don't even need to come in. So you should understand your market, understand your competitors, research the top 10 people worldwide who are into that particular business that you want to come in. You can, even if you can, research the top 100, but if you can, research the top 10 people worldwide. Come to research the top 10 people in your continent and narrow it down to the top 10 people in your country. Narrow it down to the top 10 people in your city who are doing that and are doing it very well. And take out some particular, the best secret from each of these people and what has made them successful. And be able to filter those things and narrow it down to your niche and be able to build your brand from there. It is only when you do this research, understand the market, understand what is making those people, what are the critical factors that they are using to succeed, that you too can succeed with what you're going to do. So understanding the market is the number 1 important thing, and the gaps that are there for you to fill. That is the number 1 most important thing. So we'll go to the number 2. The number 2 is have a business plan. And this is something that you really need to have. A business plan gives you a very clear vision about what you have to do, about the vision of the company, the requirements you need to have, the vision of the company, the purpose of the company, the objectives, where you want to get to in the next 5 to 10 years, the problems you want to solve, the specific details of it. So you need a business plan. And when I say a business plan, it must not necessarily be complicated. You are probably not even using it to look for funding. And so you should do it very well, but you should not be worried even if it is not the best, because you just have to draft something that will give you a clear vision, a roadmap for you to follow from where you are to really get to the vision that you want the company to be. So having a business plan is the second thing that you should do. And number 3 is you should consider what type of marketing that you want to use. The type of marketing. So, for example, you need to understand what product you are selling and the marketing method that will be the best for it. So, are you going to be using Google? Are you going to be using YouTube? Are you going to be using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Are you going to be using LinkedIn? Are you going to be using Likee? So, any of those platforms could be good for you. However, you need to know where your customers are. Whatever you are selling in this world, the one particular thing that you need to know is where your customers are and what they are looking for and what you are providing. The solution that you are providing to their problem is the number 1 of the best secret to succeed. You see, people struggle to sell because they are trying to push their products to others who don't want to buy it. However, if you try to find your customers, your client, and what they want, and you have the solution to their problem, or you have the product that they want, If you are looking for it and you are giving to them, it's a cool deal. It's easy to sell. However, if you are pushing your products on people who are not interested in it, it's difficult to sell. So take this. It is difficult to sell to people who are not interested in what you're selling. However, if the people are already looking for that product, it's easy. So look for where your clients are. Look at where your customers are. Try to study. That is why I earlier on mentioned that you need to understand the market. So you need to know where your customers are. Knowing where your customers are can help you make an informed decision as to which of the platform that you should advertise. For example, if you are marketing something relating to job and job advertisement, it should be LinkedIn that you should use. That's the best place. Then if you are marketing general products and service, Facebook should be the best. And if it is more exclusively of only products where you don't have much videos, it's only pictures, Instagram will be good. And then if it is more of video, and YouTube could also be the best. So these are some of the things that you need to know. And you need to know, do you need a website or you don't need a website? What are the basic requirements that you need to have in order to be able to advertise on that particular platform? There are some of the products too that any of the platforms could really do well. And what I would advise is that you have to study and know which of them will be the best for you. And not just only that, you have to try, experiment. Why am I saying so? There are some of the products that the platform that you intend may not necessarily be the best platform. So that's why you have to try, you have to experiment. You have to do a sample trial on each of the platforms to see which of them that it will work. Because there are certain cases that the one that you think will be the best, will give you the best result, doesn't necessarily give you the best result. So take notice of that. The name. The name is very important in the growth of the company. For example, the name you choose will either help the company to scale easily and faster or not. Why do I say so? There are some names that are good for branding. There are some names that people easily catch up, they easily remember. There are some names that you will use that people struggle to pronounce the name of your company or the business. So when people struggle to pronounce the name, it will be difficult to easily refer the name of your business to others. But when they can easily mention it, they can easily refer others to your business. So the name is most important. And not just the name, the domain name too. Because the name that you choose, the domain name will be derived from that name. So the domain name, which is the website name of it, should also be considered. Also think about it. Don't choose a very local name that when people see it, they will even know that this business has no versions. Choose a name that when people see wherever that you go, it will fit the environment. So consider, give it a very deep thought, and then come up with a better name. And also consider the website. So also plan about how the website will look like and how you really want it to be. So the domain name, the name, the domain name, and the website. That's the 4 point. Consider all those things in perspective, because the website will be where it's the digital home of your business. There are some type of businesses that with the Facebook page alone you can go, but mostly you may also need a website that if you have is going to help a lot. Then we go to the fifth one. The fifth one is the financial plan. And the financial plan, you don't need to have thousands or millions in order to start. You can start with something small. I have always said it, a lot of people never start businesses because they are looking for big money to start. But most of the time, if you are really determined, it is just the determination, the passion, and the skill alone that will help you. I'm not saying that you don't need money. You need money, but you can start little. For example, you may realize that if you really want to start a standard online business in that particular field that you want, I'm just giving an example. You may need like, let's say $10,000. And here is the situation, you may not have that $10,000. What do? You have to cut most of the things down. Consider starting around $500 to $1,000, and some of just only buy the things that you need, that are most important, that you need today to start. There are certain things that you can be buying small as you are going. So you should consider that. For example, when I was starting our company, we didn't have most of the things. We didn't even have an office. We started from home. From there, we had a small office. From there, even office equipment we didn't have. Some of the basic things, even computers, we didn't have. But we kept on managing small and operating and getting small income and buying more of them every day. And we have improved up to where we are. And we continue to move in every day. So that is how business grows. You don't need to have everything at once before you start. If you are waiting to have everything, then you may never start. So you have to consider. So in drawing the financial plan, consider how much money you really need to start that particular business, and then how much money should consider the operational cost. They should consider possibly maybe the rent. They should consider the equipment. They should consider whichever that you need to make that business to really function well, and maybe advertising and other costs. So consider all those things. And as I was even saying, some of them, because it's an online business, you may even be able to operate from home without even needing an office. So consider all those things and put them together, and then come up with your business, your financial plan. And your financial plan should actually be added to the business plan to make it complete. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, and then leave your comments below. All the other steps that you think are necessary that I forgot to mention, please indicate them in the comment section, and then whatever questions that you have, you can also ask, and then we'll reply you. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you.